Eggs, lots of eggs. Every tour I describe the egg story, I wanted to give you guys on Facebook a little glimpse of it. So about 7 years ago, a local businessman wanted to donate eggs to the ministry, and they sent somebody to pick them up. And when he got there, there were 6 boxes of eggs, but each box had 300 eggs in the box. It was 1,800 eggs, such a blessing for the ministry. And so a week later, he called and said, "Hey, come pick up your eggs again." And he informed us that he had decided to tithe eggs. And so for 2 years, he tithed 6 boxes of 300 eggs each to the ministry. And after those 2 years, he came back to the ministry and said, "You know what? I'm a businessman. I know how many chickens get sick and die. I know how many eggs are produced and what my total egg production is." And he said, "I have data for 5 years." And he said, "I noticed 2 years ago, the number of chickens that would die each year had decreased. The number of eggs that got produced per chicken increased." He said, "You know, 2 years ago, that was when I started tithing eggs." And so he decided to double the number of eggs he was tithing. He started sending us 12 boxes of eggs. Well, now we receive 15 boxes of eggs, 4,800 eggs every week to use in our ministry and many different places. So let me show you where the eggs get used. So we use some of the eggs to feed kids at Quattro Christian School, where many of them come from communities just like this right behind the school, where they don't get a good breakfast or a lunch. And imagine trying to learn when your stomach is hungry. So we use some of the eggs to feed our kids at New Faith Family Children's Home, and it is such a blessing for us to not have to purchase eggs every week. Another place we use the eggs is at the pregnancy clinic, Hope Alive, where we care for moms who are pregnant. And many times the moms here don't get any nutrition, any protein or anything like that while they are pregnant. And so we supply them with prenatal vitamins and eggs. And so we use many of the eggs at the clinic. And these are actually, this wall is all of the babies that have been born at the clinic just this year. So it's an incredible impact on the community by providing good nutrition for pregnant moms. So we also use our eggs for our Beyond CCS and our college ministry, where we help 11th and 12th graders and college students be able to go to school, and the eggs help them with having food during that time. But in addition to that, we have way more eggs than we could ever use ourselves. And so we have a lot of partners that we also send our eggs to. So let me show you that. So these are the 15 boxes of eggs. Each box has 300 eggs. The first ministry that we give it to is a Sunday school ministry, where we give these eggs to churches, local churches, that they use it to feed the kids in Sunday school. Then we have ETCP, which is a college next door, that we send it to the dorm for college students to have some food. And we give it to Mercy House. Mercy House is a home for boys that is close to us. And then we give it to Consider the Lily, run by Josie, has 50 young girls in their home. And we give it to Destiny's Promise, and that's a children's home that is local here. Then we give it to Children's Garden, which is a home for street boys that's up in Antipolo. Then Gentle Hands is another children's home with 100 kids in it. And then Grow International works with street kids in Cubao. And then we give it to Horizons of Hope, another local children's home in the area.